Welcome to the Weird Girls Club. We're back for another episode of the Weird Girls Club podcast in Spooktober. This is Spooktober. This is Spooktober.
I can't say that.
To the pumpkin song.
What do you do when they come for you? Happy October.
So
we're
this
in the spooky vibes.
Spooky vibes. This is our first episode for October.
Spooktober.
So we're gonna do like some like different type of episodes. But episode 1,
Conspiracy theories.
Dun 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 dun. That was so funny because that wasn't planned at all.
No, we're just going. We've been sitting here for hours, like setting up, doing a bit of research, and it's been a long day. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing we're gonna be doing conspiracy theories today, and then stay tuned for like other not Halloween but like Spooktober vibed podcasts in the next few weeks. But I think the fourth one that we have to talk about is obviously the last like year and a half. There's so many conspiracy theories with the pandemic and COVID and how it started, why it started, what happened. So we just jump into COVID.
Jump straight into COVID.
Straight
in and straight back out.
It was January 1st. I actually don't even know when it actually officially started.
I think the first case here was like December, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. I remember, but it wasn't like Toronto. I don't even know if it was Ontario.
I don't know if it was Canada. I'm not sure. Yeah.
But basically, we all know what COVID is, and it originated from Wuhan in China. Isn't that right? Wuhan. Yeah. So like, there was like, I remember when it first happened, people were saying it happened because someone ate a bat at one of the markets.
Yeah, like that was
like the big thing of where it actually came from, and then it was like, no, it came from the lab. But I still like, there's still not definite answers of where it came from. Like, was it done on purpose or whatever? But a lot of people are speculating that it was purposely done by like the Chinese government in order to like reduce the population. Because they're like,
that's disgusting,
isn't it? But like, not that they've done things. Well, I don't know if they've done things like this in the past, but like for years, I don't think it is now. But like, wasn't there a rule in China that you could only have like one child, or maybe, or like max 2?
I think
because
it was one,
it's like so overpopulated. So like, a lot of people have speculated and are still saying that like they purposely did this to like wipe out either like the older people or just like literally cut population and stuff. That's like so that. Sad. Yeah, so that's one of the theories, and like that was just like purposely like made in the lab, and it wasn't like an accident thing. There's another one. Oh my god! So remember all the stuff that was happening in China, that they were like, weren't they taking over Hong Kong or something like that? I
haven't a clue.
God. Remember everyone in Hong Kong was like protesting, all the yellow vests, they were protesting and stuff.
I can't remember.
You live under a rock. So there was people in Hong Kong that were protesting, and I don't know exactly what it was, but basically it came to like a time in, obviously not history, but a time that I think there was some sort of agreement that was made that China would take over and Hong Kong would essentially be like part of China then. And China's like, is it a dictator? No. What is the actual, do you know the way like some countries have royalty, some countries have presidents, some countries have like one kind
like
of rule.
Some countries have like are like Democrats, and then some countries are like
no,
communists.
But like, do you know the way that like Russia has like one leader and he's just the leader now? And the way like then in America and in Ireland every couple of years there's a president, and then in some places it's just like a prime minister.
But like in South Korea it's like,
no, but what is it called in China? I actually don't know what it is.
Korea, whatever.
So basically Hong Kong didn't want to be under their rule, and I think China was trying to do it early, and like there's been this big like protest and everything's happening. So some people were saying that China did this to like basically shut down all the protests because people couldn't gather, and then they'd literally just go in and take over Hong Kong.
So is Hong Kong Japan?
I think it was I'm not too sure. I think it was its own like place. Will I check it?
I thought Hong Kong was part of China.
Don't say you've sit here and let me listen to this. And I'm at the no, there was something. Why were they protesting?
Just say Hong Kong.
I don't even know how to spell that right. I can't even read from here. Why are Hong Kong Can you read that? I actually can't even read that. If it, like, what I'm saying is right.
Hong Kong protesters protesting. The founding cause of 2019 to 2020 Hong Kong protests was the proposed legislation of 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. However, other causes have been pointed out, such as demands of democratic reform, the Causeway Bay books disappearances, or the fear of losing a high degree of autonomy in general.
So has it got to do with China?
Go back to your Google there for a second. Literally click, it's Hong Kong part of China. Hong Kong is a special administrative region of China. With executive.
So it has its own government though, isn't that what it says?
I don't know. This is all too political for me, to be honest.
And judicial powers. Yeah. I actually don't know. What were they I could have sworn that's what. Well, that was a conspiracy theory that I saw. Was that?
Are you sure you were protesting against China?
Well, yeah. Is Hong Kong ruled by China? This is one. I can't read. Oh my god, my eyesight is so bad. There we go.
It's one country, two systems.
So Hong Kong is part of China, but they had like their own
government or like rulings.
So it'd be like because Asia's the continent, China's a country. Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
We're dumb. Yeah, because I was like, so then it'd be like, it's like Europe. Europe's the continent, but Europe doesn't intertwine with each one has its own government.
Geography wouldn't even Amy.
No, but like, isn't that right though? So it's like China. No.
China is the country.
So China's
Asia is the continent.
Oh, I thought you said Hong Kong for a second. Is the continent?
No. So no, it's like China is the country. Hong Kong
is a country.
Hong Kong is a city within China. So it goes Asia is the continent, China is the country, and Hong Kong is the city.
Like Hong Kong and all were their own countries.
No. That's like saying Shanghai is its own country.
I know, but some of them, when you actually look at the map, like, it's kind of confusing.
Well, China's humongous.
Difference will Alright, well, that was a bit of it.
What was the conspiracy theory about this?
Was basically that China released COVID to stop Hong Kong protesting against them.
That kind of backfired, didn't it?
I think that, yeah, so it was like, then it got out of control and more wild and blah blah blah. But I think I was half right. I just didn't really have any facts about me there. But that was one, and then obviously there's loads got to do with like the vaccine stuff. Like, people think like there's microchips in their vaccine.
I've actually heard that one.
Yeah, like, okay, like,
what? Like, I'm not that.
You're all born. Well, majority of people are born in hospitals, and there's nurses or there's some sort of nurse. I think they can microchip you at birth if they want to microchip you.
Yeah, like you get needles at birth.
Yeah, actually, you have all your other needles. Like, there's so many more.
I don't care. Put a chip in me. I don't give a fuck.
I know. My mom actually said something to me the other day. What was it? Oh yeah, the other one is like the whole COVID thing is just another way of like keeping track of everyone and watching what everyone's doing, because now there's the vaccine passports and stuff like that. So I was talking to my mom about it the other day, and I was saying like, oh, now like we have to show these certs when we go to like the cinema and stuff. I was like, do you have that back in Ireland? So I was like, literally haven't been paying attention. She's like, yeah. She goes, you have to do it when you're going to they give you an app and you need to register something every time you go to the restaurant. They're like, so now do you know every time you're eating? And I was like, hey. She's like, the government. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the government are gonna be like, she had a Caesar salad.
Yeah, and she goes, so when they got their vaccines, they got little cards on it. We just literally got a receipt with a piece of paper. So they
like,
have
ours was so like 24th century. Like, Ireland's was like handwritten, all these like
little
codes
cards
and dates and all.
So
like,
I was like, yeah, I'm just using this card. So then I'm not getting scanned in on the app. I goes, Jesus Christ, please don't tell me you're bleeding a mafia wife or something. I goes, what are you actually doing? That's exciting. I goes, you do realise like there's cameras on nearly every corner of the road. You have a smartphone and you're constantly connected to Wi-Fi. If they want to find you, they'll find you. They do not need to know that you're at a certain restaurant. Sorry,
no,
kicked you on the table there. Then I was like, people are protesting against this, but it actually could be really good down the line to catch criminals.
Yeah, well, isn't that like the whole, like, that's one of the points.
I suppose.
It's like when people, like, we have to get biometrics done coming into Canada.
Yeah.
Well, you did. It was different
Yeah.
when I came in. Like, I had to go get them done yesterday.
But yeah, that's the thing. I was like, if that could actually like help someone either have an alibi because they were in this restaurant and they didn't commit the crime, or vice versa. 'Cause it's like things years ago. You never always had to like wear a seatbelt in a car. Like these are all, or smoking inside. Like these are all things like just get with the times. People move. Nobody cares what you're having for your dinner. Like
could you say conspiracy theory was if you did like a mad face like this and you were a kid and your ma said the wind blows the wrong way, you won't be stuck like that?
Oh yeah, the amount of old wives' tales. So old wives' tales count as conspiracy theories.
Yeah, my ma used to say like, no, the wind blows the wrong way, you won't be stuck like that. No, he was like, no, it's not. Still making the face.
What was other things? Oh, if you eat cheese at night time, you'll have bad dreams.
We literally talked about that in like 2 episodes ago.
Did we actually talk about it in an episode? I didn't know whether we just talked about it in one of our random conversations.
I was telling you about me Nick Jonas dream, and I literally said to you like I didn't even eat cheese, like. Because apparently I have like watched people and stuff and they purposely eat cheese to have mad dreams, like.
Weird. Did you ever have a mad dream after a Domino's?
What I can tell you, like I can't remember me dreams after, unless like it had a real impact on me.
Oh my god, I had a dream last night that I had a baby.
That's your worst fear?
Yeah.
Why is it your worst fear though?
Not me. Giving birth like one of my worst fears.
Why?
Just because it's gonna hurt. I don't want to do it.
But if you get an epidural, it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, but still stretches and your stitches.
Yeah, but you're not gonna feel it. You're not even gonna see it.
What do you think, the epidural lasts forever? You feel it afterwards. It takes weeks to recover if you need loads of stitches.
Yeah, that's only if you like split your arsehole.
Yeah, like my man needed loads of stitches after me. That's
my worst fear. It's getting split up to my arsehole.
Oh, stop.
Because apparently everyone says doing your first poo after labour is sore than labour.
No, I don't care. I look
and they don't let you leave the hospital till you do your first poo.
Yeah, no, I know. I look at everyone else's kid like I don't care to have me.
You're saying that now.
No,
you're saying that now. So you're saying you'll never have kids?
No.
Oh, Tara. Tara's gonna be devastated.
Do you know what's weird though? I've always said I wanted to adopt. I just don't actually care to have.
To be honest, I wouldn't even be surprised if you never had kids. You're just one of those like fun aunties.
Yeah.
Because you like you would be good at that though as well. Like, but then again, I don't know if I want kids. I could like I have never said like I'm 100% having kids.
Yeah, like I think I get so bored that I'm like, oh geez, imagine I had a kid in a few weeks there. I'm like, oh fuck off.
Are you get sick of its name?
Yeah, like I'm just like when someone has a baby, I'm like, oh, they're so cute, like, and I like mind them and I love like playing with them, whatever. But then it's like it's so nice to go home,
hand them back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, no. But yeah,
geez, we jumped off topic there, but yeah.
What was there any more for the last year? I mean, I was so itchy from makeup. It's so weird. Oh my god, the whole Pizzagate thing.
Yeah, that's so complex though.
Yeah,
like there's so much part of it. I remember during COVID, like we had like a group chat and like they were sharing stuff in it, like, and oh my god, it's like literally like a deep hole you like go into, like about like the wording like in the use for like when they're ordering pizza. Like,
yeah. There's actually
it literally makes me feel sick. Like
the whole. Do you know about the whole Wayfair thing?
I've heard bits about it, but you can probably tell more.
So there was like this wardrobe or like chest of drawers or something that was on Wayfair, and it was something like $10,000. Like there was a few pieces on it. There was a pillow as well. Actually, there was a pillow that was like 15,000. There was these random like items that were crazy prices, and they literally looked like standard IKEA pieces. Like they weren't. Like, do you know way on Wayfair it actually is an expensive site, and you can get like this mirrored like chest of drawers that probably is a couple of grand. They were the basic white, like just white like chest of drawers, and literally like a cream cotton pillow, like, or a duvet, like random prices like that. But someone, I don't know how true this fact is, but this is one thing I saw, and it was they were trying to say that basically it was sex trafficking. Ordering these pieces, that's what it was. You weren't actually gonna get that item, you were getting a child or a person or whatever it was. But someone put together like there was certain missing kids from, I don't know if they were from America or they were from Europe or where they were from, but the code on the item almost like stood for like their name. So let's say the code was like RF5432, whatever. It might correlate with a child that was their initials, and the date was either their age or the date they actually went missing, or
That's
there
weird.
was like weird things like that, or was like their date of birth, and there was a few of them. Like there was one girl that matched with the chest of drawers, and one boy that matched with the pillow. Like there was mad shit, but basically people were like, Wayfair is just like the connection for sex trafficking. And last week or this week, I saw a TikTok, and there was a fella. It was a conspiracy theory TikTok page, but they reposted someone who worked in a bank telling a story about he worked in this bank, and there was this old woman that used to come in, I think it was once a month, and she used to like deposit a large amount. Like she used to deposit 13,600 something. Like it was a very specific amount, down to like 60 cent, very specific amount. Every month she'd go in and it'd all be cash, and she'd put it in and immediately transfer it. And he, one day, this was his first day actually taking the money in. He used to just see her all the time with like other co-workers. So he took her one day and she deposited it or transferred it straight to Wayfair. And every month, the exact same amount, she would deposit it, and within like the few minutes would transfer it straight to Wayfair.
What?
Yeah. So
how old is she?
She was an older, I think it said she was like in her 50s maybe. She was an older woman, like. But he said he looked at her, and like all the other transactions, they all like the same amount went away for every single month, and there's no way she was paying off that much off an item. Do you know what you could do monthly payments?
Yeah.
It was like that much every month for like a year or whatever. So he like flagged her account and brought it to like management, and basically they looked into it, and like obviously they must have questioned her or something. She never came back in. Isn't that mad?
What the
She just never came back in, like after they kind of like raised suspicion at her account, like, because isn't it a certain amount that you can deposit into your account without having to prove where it came? Like if you deposit more than like $5,000, you have to actually prove where it came from for money laundering.
I'm not sure. I've never had to do it.
Well, no, me either, but I know there is like a certain amount, like even like in Ireland here, whatever, there's a certain amount you can put in your bank account without actually have to prove where it came from.
Yeah, I think if you split the payments up though, you don't need to. I think it's more like if it's in one lump.
Yeah. But yeah, that was when I literally only saw that the other day. I'm like, oh my god, that's weird.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I'd love to know who this woman was.
I know. I tried to find out more, but like there was nothing else on. I was like, oh.
Aww.
But yeah, I think like there was actually loads of conspiracies in the last year. There
Yeah.
was one about the 5G towers going up and they caused COVID. Like there was loads of COVID related ones, vaccine related ones. Then obviously the sex trafficking and Pizzagate and stuff like that.
We need answers, people.
We need answers. That's the worst thing. It's like you can speculate, and obviously some are like kind of ridiculous and different conspiracies, and ones are more serious. But like you actually just never know.
And we probably will never know.
We'll never know. How would
We'll
they know?
never know.
How will they know?
They'll never know.
But will we jump into like some of the ones we have wrote down here?
Yeah.
Do you want to read first? I feel like I've been talking for you. If you can read that.
I know I'm as blind as you. Right, so this one is about the Pan Am Flight 103. Pan Am, I'm just going to read out the caption of the site we basically got.
Because we won't know everything about it anyways.
So it's Pan Am Flight 103 was Pan American's third daily scheduled transatlantic flight from Heathrow to New York JFK International Airport. On December 24th, 1988, the aircraft flying this route, a Boeing 747, was destroyed by a bomb, killing all 259 people on board and 11 people on the ground. The remains landed around Lockerbie in southern Scotland. A popular theory for which no evidence has been produced suggests that the US Central Intelligence Agency, also known as the CIA, had set up a protected drug route from Europe to the United States, allegedly called Operation Korea, is it? Korea?
Yeah, that's what I actually think.
COREA, which allowed Syrian drug dealers to ship heroin to the US using Pan Am flights. The CIA allegedly protected the suitcases containing the drugs and made sure they were not searched. On the day of the bombing, terrorists exchanged suitcases, one with drugs and one with a bomb. Another version of this theory is that the CIA knew in advance this exchange would take place, but let it happen anyway, because the protected drugs route was a rogue operation, and the American intelligence officers on the flight had found out about it and were on the way to Washington to tell their superiors.
Oh.
Dun, dun,
I feel like I've heard of Pan Am, but
that
not
one
actually.
doesn't seem so unrealistic.
No, I was just about to say, like, do you think stuff like that happens, like, a lot? Like, you already know there's definitely, like
let's be real.
police on payroll. There definitely has to be, like,
Anything with American government, there's
It's always
always a
skeptical.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like, there's always a conspiracy around it.
Yeah, I think
I'd hate to think that was true.
That's the thing. Like, you hate to think that stuff like that happens, but
Because it's
death row
innocent.
does be.
Either way, innocent people died.
Yeah, but when you think of it, like, people are so selfish when it comes to, like, them. Like, if something bad was to happen to you or your family, you would pick that over maybe some strangers that you never know or never met.
Yeah.
Like, when you think of it that, so, like, in that, like, sense, they're like, well, I'm gonna die and my family's gonna die. Like, if anyone finds out about
It's
this, so
mad
people
'cause
can be
it's
so
like-
selfish at
Yeah.
things like that when it comes to, like, life or death. They're like, well, me. You know, very few people would be like, oh, I'll just admit everything I did and be, like, executed or something. But yeah, I feel like
some people are like backed into a corner or shit like that. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I
That's
feel like
mad.
yeah, that's crazy. On Christmas 1988, 10 years before I was born.
1988.
12 before you.
12 before I was born.
No, you were older than me. Would that make sense?
No, it's not 12.
Be 8.
What year was it?
Were
1988?
you born 96?
95.
Oh, 7
7
years.
7. Oh my god, how did we get 12?
Well, you said 12. You went even older.
You said
went
12
2000. No, I said 10 years in me, and then I think you said 12. And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, wait, no, that makes you born 2000.
Maybe that's a conspiracy.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that's a bit mad now. We're just we have a few. We're not gonna like get too into them because technically we don't know the ins and outs, and anything to do with conspiracies in general, like you could look at one conspiracy that like is basically that, but it will be slightly different on like another site, or so they do like change with each site.
Yeah,
kind of.
Like,
so
many like even
there's like, so many versions of each conspiracy.
Yeah,
like
you've heard of different. I feel like you've heard of different conspiracies like relating to something, whether it was like COVID or whatever. But like there, we just said like 10 different conspiracies of how it started.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna read this.
Do you want me to read them? Or, like,
are you okay to read?
I'm alright reading them. I'd rather you read them than be like.
I'm gonna be like this in the.
I don't mind reading them. Once
If
it's like,
you're okay,
I can actually see
because I
them.
just copied and pasted them. If you need to put it into, you can. I was just like, shit.
Right, let me move my phone.
Oh, I have another one that I can say at the end or something.
Right. So this one is Elvis Presley faked his own death. This is not my words now. Just a reminder. What can we say? A persistent.
Yeah, we should have probably said that at the start. That none of these views are our own. We're reading these from articles of like some of the most famous conspiracies from history, stuff we've read online, whatever. None of these views are our own. Whether,
yeah. So yeah.
Halfway in there.
Elvis Presley faked his own death. What can we say? A persistent belief is that the king did not die in 1977. Many fans persist in claiming he is still alive, that he went into hiding for various reasons. This claim is allegedly backed up by thousands of so-called science. The main reason given in support of the belief that Presley faked his death is that on his grave, his middle name, Aaron, is spelt as Aaron. So his middle name, Aaron, so Aron, is spelt as Aaron, which Aaron. But Aaron is actually the genuine middle name for Presley. Apparently, either Presley or his parents tried to change the name to Aaron to make it more similar to Presley's stillborn twin, Jesse Garin Presley. 2 tabloid newspapers ran articles covering the continuing life of Presley after his death in great detail, including a broken leg from a motorcycle accident all the way up to his purported real death in the mid-1990s.
People are obsessed with celebrities not really dying, aren't they?
No, yeah, like they're
like you have
they're obsessed.
Tupac.
You have Tupac. You've Michael Jackson. I
There's
kind of roughly heard about Elvis Presley before.
Yeah, same. One of the bigger
but don't
ones,
they think like anyone great, anyone like amazing
like,
that has died, like they just don't want to believe that unfortunately they died, like
yeah.
Like don't they say, like remember like they thought the way Hitler killed himself.
Yeah, there's conspiracies that he didn't
actually kill himself. Like, and there's actually like documentaries. Like I remember my dad was saying he watched one, and they were like following this fella that they were like literally convinced he hadn't even got fingerprints. He had burned all his fingerprints off. They were convinced, and I'm pretty sure it was Hitler, but they said like in his real name. And my dad was saying, like in documentary, I would say you'll never forget your real name, even if you're undercover, change it. And he was getting on the bus, so he knew he was getting on the bus every day, the same time, same place. And they eventually, after months and months of just watching him, they went up and they said, like, whatever his name was, and he turned around and looked at them. In other words, fuck, I'm after hanging myself, like. Now I can't remember if that was Hitler or was like a Nazi superior. Yeah, but there was one on Hitler, but I think it was your man that had burned his fingerprints off was someone like a Nazi that was in hiding that they thought was dead, like, but he wasn't. Oh my god, yeah, there is big conspiracies because they can't trace you with fingerprints. Prove it to me. Yeah, but that's like there's Tupac. There's obviously different conspiracies about Michael Jackson that he's not really dead. There's one that like his doctor drugged him, like it wasn't him actually taking drugs. What actually happened to Michael Jackson? I'm very curious. It was deemed an OD, wasn't it? But then he was actually to jail. Yeah, because I think his doctor actually prescribed them to take that amount. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's what it is. It was like the conspiracy the conspiracy was that the Illuminati got his doctor to kill him. Sorry, I don't want to laugh. But yeah, because didn't he come out and say something, and then like literally a few days later he OD'd, but it was all prescription medication that he OD'd on, and it was the amounts or something that he was actually prescribed, or there was something like that. But yeah, there was actually cases and all against his doctor. Yeah, he got locked up. Yeah. Apparently, I personally don't think like that Michael Jackson wanted to die. Not with 3 kids. No. I personally think he didn't want to. No, I don't think so either. Like, I definitely don't think it was like an intentional OD. No, I think the doctor done it. Yeah. Yeah. Because the doctor didn't ring for the ambulance straight away. I don't know the ins and outs of the case. He left them there hours before ringing. Oh. And when they asked the doctor, like, when did this happen? He said it just happened. And then they were saying there's no way that just happened. Yeah. Like, he's nearly rigor mortis, like, setting in. Like, there's no way. Jesus. Do you think Tupac's still alive? No, I don't think Tupac is still alive. I like to think when someone's reported dead, they're dead. Yeah. Like, just, like, leave it be. Like, obviously, if they want us to think they're dead, like, they don't want to be found. They don't want to be known. Like, but, like, no, I think he was shot at and then he just crawled, like, away and hid. Like I used to think he was still alive. I think when you go into the rabbit hole of like YouTube videos and they're proving, you're like, oh my god, he is still alive. But then realistically, you're like, there's a lot of people that can look like someone. Yeah, no, I don't believe like the stuff that like when you see videos and they look like them, I'm like, that can be anyone. But like a few years ago, I was like fascinated with it, and I was like reading like the autopsy reports, and I was reading like articles by the person who done like the autopsy, and there was like basically 2 different autopsies done, and there was like eyewitness statements of 2 different versions of how he was like brought to the hospital. So there was one that was like, oh, he was shot and then a helicopter came down and it airlifted him to the hospital, and then there was other people that were like, there was no a helicopter, he was brought into it, he was taken in an ambulance, and then I think there was another one that was like, no, his friends put him in the back of the SUV and drove. So there was like eyewitness statements that were given to like police, but they had all different events. Someone was like, no, there was no helicopter. Someone was like, helicopter's like, something now you'd really know. That's what that's what there was all these different things of what actually happened and how. Because a helicopter can't just fly into a street and be like, okay. No, but you know the way when you do like air rescue and stuff. Yeah, like if you're on a mountain or something. Yeah, so there was a few people that had said a helicopter like lifted it up, or there was something with a helicopter. But where, from the street or from him being in hospital? No, from the street, and like lifted him to the hospital, because it wasn't it like the. No, but I would believe more aliens came and beamed them up. Yeah, but I can't remember. If you want to Google it, because I don't know what the factual one is. It could be the one with the helicopter, and then there was other people saying there was never a helicopter. Like, I can tell you now, there was never a helicopter. Well, check it there. Because no helicopter would even be allowed in the vicinity to lower itself to get him on it. But they wouldn't lower themselves. They'd like send down the thing, would they not?
like a stretcher.
Yeah, but you need someone to like wrap you up.
Well, yeah, obviously just people there. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he was just drove in the car.
Check and see what it was. No, but I remember reading something. There was a few different accounts like that, and then there was different ones about the autopsy. I honestly can't really remember them now.
What am I looking up?
I don't know, how did Tupac get to the hospital after being shot or something?
Oh, do you know what? It's a conspiracy theory, so I'll never actually know. That's the whole point of it, isn't it?
I know, but one of them was the factual whatever. But there was.
I'm pretty sure.
There's a policeman actually as well that wrote either a book or something on it, or wrote something that like he was there. Or can't remember exactly what it was.
I forgot police are such a reliable source.
No, I know. I'm just saying there was like loads of shit about it like that. I feel like I've never actually looked into a lot of conspiracies, but that's one that I was like fascinated with. But when you look into it, there's so much there, and it's like I actually don't know. Maybe
there's a lot of people like who want someone to be alive.
Yeah, because it was the whole thing was that I think he was in Cuba living with his auntie or something.
Trust me, if you wanted to disappear, you wouldn't go to Cuba.
Well, you would. There's no internet, as you said.
Yeah, but there's nothing to do.
Yeah, but we have all that money. Be nice.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to even use any of that money.
Why wouldn't he? He's still releasing songs.
Because if
that's another one that he's still. That like, how many songs can someone write?
Oh my god.
Sorry, this is for people listening to audio. We have like a Halloweeny set up on the web. It's fucking sticking to us. But yeah, yeah, because he's released like so many songs after he was dead. That was
how can he send money somewhere and use money?
How would he be sending money? What do you mean?
That's what I mean. Like, how is he using all his money?
Died in the 90s or something. Well, banking wasn't as strict then. He probably just, if he died, all his money would have went to his family. He could have left all his money to his auntie. He just used his whole bank card.
Yeah, but I think they'd be able to trace it, wouldn't he?
So if you had millions and you died, and then whoever took your money, you think someone's gonna trace the money afterwards and see what they spent? If I was
famous, yeah.
And you left a will saying you're leaving everything to Aaron, that people are gonna track what Aaron's spending your money on. No, it's never.
Yeah, with the banks, I'm sure rang her and being like, "Oh my god, I can see her spending like so much money in Cuba."
She lived there.
Oh, I thought she lived in America.
No, it's just like, yeah, I moved to Cuba.
Yeah, but then once that money runs out, because he wouldn't be making royalties.
He's still releasing songs. Hell, yeah, he would still be making royalties. Your estate gets all your royalties. So like Michael Jackson's royalty goes to between his kids, and like his manager and whoever has part shares in his.
Yeah, well, they're all killing each other over that.
Stuff like that, yeah.
All his family and all. So
but
sad.
Yeah, they still make money. Yeah, that was one. What was the? Do you need me to go down? What was the next ones on the list?
The next one is Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, was murdered. I always personally thought she was murdered.
Yeah, there's definitely.
I always thought that. I've watched a few documentaries, not like saying she was murdered. It was always saying like she was in an accident, like her. But if you know the events leading up to her dying, it's like it's a bit too aligned. Like it's a bit. But anyway, let's jump in. Why won't this one go away? Despite an official inquiry that found no evidence of a plot by M16 or MI6, I don't know if it's that I or 1. We'll just say it's M16.
Is it? Well, I know it's MI5.
MI6 yeah. Or any other entity to murder the princess and Dodi Fayed. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. In 1997, fevered speculation continues. The theory is that rogue elements in the British Secret Service decided that Diana's relationship with Fayed was a threat to the monarchy and therefore to the British state. A plot was hatched in which a white Fiat Uno carrying agents was sent to blind and disorientate. What's that? To blind and
disorientate.
Yeah, I was right, was I? Disorientate driver Henry Paul as he sped through the Paris underpass, pursued by photographers. Later, Paul's blood was switched with a sample of somebody who had drunk a lot of alcohol. The trouble with this theory, not a shed of evidence exists to support it.
Do you know, I actually never knew that happened in Paris.
We literally did an episode and talked about Princess Diana before.
No, we didn't. We talked about the interview with Oprah and all. Like, I know how she died. I just
interview with Oprah?
Not her interview with
Meghan
and Harry's. But like, I know how she died and I knew what happened, but I actually never knew it was in Paris.
Yeah, Paris underpass, yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. But like, so what they tried to say, the driver was drunk. So did he go to prison?
I don't know.
Oh.
But put it this way, like, people said, like, before, like, she would never have gotten to that car. No, she had 2 kids back in England with someone who she knew was drunk. Like, she was surrounded by people she was with all the time. Like, she was with security. Like, to be honest, nothing shocks me when it comes to the royal family.
No. And especially after the interview with Oprah, when you hear how controlled that actually is, that they can't even just go and talk to each other, or they can't even bring up issues with each other. It's like a really old-fashioned run company. It's like, this is how it is.
No, don't get me wrong. I know there's 2 sides to every story.
Yeah.
Literally, on this one, we just heard one side. But, like, apparently, like, Meghan and Harry, like, they're not the first people to separate themselves. Like, there was actually a woman before them that done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And she was like she was stripped of everything. But they didn't even want to let Diana have her title as Princess of Wales. Like, they didn't want her to keep the title after leaving Charles, like, or after they both split up.
Well, I'm not surprised, because I mean, then she's like, is no longer attached to the royal family. Like that, I'm not surprised with it. But when someone's in the family, like when they didn't give Archie a title, I'm like, why? He's a child being born.
It's just pettiness though. Like for the fact that they were like, you won't have security. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have separated yourself from the royal family, why should the taxpayers of England, because it's all by the taxpayers, so all of the citizens and people who live in England, why should they be paying for security for someone who has separated themselves and live over the other side of the world?
Yeah.
Which I can see, like, blatantly, I can see, well, we're not going to pay, you're separating yourself, you're not doing any royal work, so why should we pay for security?
Yeah, that's
then
true.
I can see, but I'm still family, I'm still known, I'm still vulnerable. Like,
yeah, because you know what, that's the funny thing, right, is it's all this big thing. It's like, don't speak bad of the royal family, they're royal, you can't speak bad of them. How do you just decide then you're actually not a royal? How is Harry now just not a prince? How does he now have no royal title? He's still the son of potential future king. His brother's still the potential heir to the throne. Like, it's like, what? That's what just gets me with it. It's like, you actually just can't make these things up. We're supposed to respect everything got to do with the throne and blah blah blah, but then you can just cut people off and actually know now.
Like, a lot of people don't care for the royal family.
I think in the next couple of, like, genuinely, by the time, I'd be surprised if Prince George even gets to be the king, if they even still have royalty by the time then. Like, I think our generation and after it don't really care, especially like even in England, they're just kind of like
and then a lot of people like love the royals. Like,
I think it's definitely older people though.
I think though, do you know what I think as well? I think when you're born in a country that like loves the royals and everything's for the royals and like taxpayers for, that you're gonna love them and like, but I think when you're an queen, when you're an outsider looking in, being like, well, what the fuck do they do?
Because the thing is, right,
they show up and do a few charity events and they do this and do that and they go to the ball.
What do they do?
They're human. They shit out the same holes we shit out of. Do you know, like, I hate when people put themselves on that pedestal, like, of, the royal, or any political party, not even just the royals. Like, it's like, we're all human. Like, you're not better. Like
I know.
Literally.
Because the thing is, right, so they bring in a lot of money to England, right? Like, obviously with tourism and all, but I'd love to know in comparison how much money they actually bring in to how much it costs to fund them. Because, you know, 4 million a year is put into like a trust for Prince George.
And then there's like a housing crisis and then
there's another one for, like, they have 3 kids now, so it's probably the same for the 3 kids. That's literally like kids under the age of 10 getting that much a year. Like, baffles me. But anyways, there's a whole lot of shit with the royals.
But yeah, do you think she was murdered?
Yeah,
I think she was murdered. I think it's a bit,
it's
a bit too much. Like, to be honest, like, it was a bit sloppy. Like, it's all about timing with everything. Yeah. And I think everything that had aligned kind of, and then that to happen. Yeah. Like, I don't know the time frame, but it's very convenient. Like, I know from the documentary, like, she was seeing a few people. I'm kind of blocking this with more. She was seeing a few people, like, over the space of a certain amount of time, like, but there was something about, like, him being they weren't happy about him being what you consider like a foreigner,
Yeah.
and then her gonna be with like a foreigner, like.
Yeah.
But that's the
stigma from the royal family.
That's the stigma, basic. But then again, like, you can't say they did do it and they didn't do it. Like, that's the whole point of a conspiracy theory. I'd like to think they didn't and it was just an accident that things like that happen. But that's the whole point of conspiracy theories. Everyone thinks there's more to things than there actually maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I think this is our last one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Then I have one question for you after. Question.
Shocker.
But yeah.
All right, I need to get me little reading voice on, like, and some of these words are very big now.
I know, yeah, because I literally just copied and pasted.
I was like, fuck's sake.
I think I'm not paraphrasing.
This one is called The Illuminati and the New World Order, a conspiracy in which powerful and secretive groups, bracket, the Illuminati, the Bilderberg Group, and other shadowy cabals are plotting to rule mankind with a single world government. Many historical events are said to have been engineered by these groups with one goal: the New World Order, NWO. The groups are political, finance, social engineering, mind control, and fear-based propaganda to achieve their aims. Signs of the NWO are said to be the pyramid of the reverse of the Great Seal of the United States, inset, strange, and disturbing murals at Denver International Airport pictured, and pentagrams in city plans. International organizations such as World Bank, the IMF, the European Union, the United Nations, and NATO are listed as founding organizations of the New World Order. So basically what I'm gathering from that is there's loads of different organizations such as
all the higher ups,
the UN, the European Union, all them, like, and they're basically all plotting to make like one government that they will rule all the countries. Is that what I'm getting from it? Yeah, New World Order.
Yeah, I think so.
But they're gonna be through like mind control, like fear-based tactics, like propaganda.
Or like Handmaid's Tale. Imagine.
Yeah, but that's only like one country. So
like,
can you imagine if there was no escape, like in Handmaid's Tale? Like if they hadn't got Canada to like run to? Like there would be they'd be all underground.
Do you think the Illuminati is like real? Do you think the Illuminati is like real?
Don't know about Illuminati, because like sometimes I'm like, oh, Illuminati.
That's Illuminati.
That's Illuminati. Like some of it is far-fetched. Do I think there's crazy people in the world that do cults and things like this?
Yeah.
Like, I've watched so many murder crime documentaries about people in cults and they kill German shepherds to sacrifice them and all. And
he's going to sacrifice himself.
He's going to sacrifice himself. You have to look up in the air when you do it. He's going to sacrifice himself. But yeah, I don't know about Illuminati. Do you believe in Illuminati?
I don't know. Did you ever like go through the phase where like you'd listen to like a Lil Wayne song backwards?
Oh my god, did you ever do the ones and it's like
it's like the devil is my turn.
This is where Beyonce's trying to tell the world about Illuminati, and it's like a little interview.
Or a song
before an interview and she's like, oh, I just like soul, like I put my heart and soul, like really put my soul into this.
Yeah.
And it's like is it a triangle?
Yeah.
Are we going to sell ourselves to make this podcast successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're listening,
here we have to do our
I'm ready to sell.
We have little funky, like, these are our potions, aren't they?
Yeah. Potions and oceans.
Yours looks like witch's snot. And mine looks like
witch's
buffalo
shit.
poo.
Buffalo poo?
What? I don't know, it was the first animal that came to my head. We are officially a part of the Illuminati.
Send you my bank details later.
But yeah, you've got you won't need to send a man. He'll be coming to you for your fucking soul. Just leave it when you move.
I should do a few honourable mentions that Niamh doesn't like. The earth is flat.
She's a tin hat. She's literally a tin hat.
I just love winding you up because you were like, no, it's not flat. She's never been to space, so she doesn't know.
But you've never been to space either.
Exactly, so I'm saying it could
be.
You
know what? No, we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go canoeing, right? I'm just going to tell you to keep going. And if you don't come back, then I know that the world is flat. Oh no, hold on. That wouldn't even work because Ontario's a lake.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. Where are we actually going to do this?
You'd be like, Niamh, I'm over.
Oh, stuff. But The world's flat is another big one. I do not believe it's flat. I just wound Nave up in another podcast being like, we can't be sure because neither of us have ever been to space, and there's pictures of a round Earth and a flat Earth. The moon landing is also another one that people think's fake. They think think America. See, how can you believe that? But then you.
No, I'm saying like because of the age, it was the way it was filmed.
Yeah.
But then again, like.
There's a thing that like the first one was flat because America wanted to beat Russia.
I'm looking at his legs. Yeah, sorry,
yeah, so they wanted to be the first one there. So that's another one that's like a big one that people kind of question.
Oh, did you see? I forgot to say. Did you see the first rocket around the Earth went up with civil? What do we call ourselves? Civilians. The first rocket or spaceship with civilians went up into space there the other day. Just to do
all the millionaires on it that bought tickets.
I don't know who was on it.
saw something on Twitter and it was like the youngest person to go to space, and someone was like, yeah, because I paid $26 million for a seat. It was something crazy. Like,
but there is like rich people that would do that.
Yeah.
But then again, you're kind of signing yourself up to fucking die.
You're so skeptical with space. You're like, you're going to die.
There's just been like in the past. There's just been like
even you could die walking across the road. Like,
well, do you know what? I'd rather take me chances walking across the road than going and shoot myself up in a metal fucking tin up into the air.
No, like if we have
you ever seen like or looked into like previous rocket launches that the majority like out of all the rocket launches, there's a higher case of them literally lifting up and just exploding than there is actually of them reaching the sky.
I still think if I got the opportunity to go to space, I'd.
Oh, do you know what? I'd wave you fucking off.
Yeah, like I think if we have technology that like when you get to a certain age, they can just send you into space. I
don't think it'll ever be when we're alive.
That's sad. That's why I want to be frozen like Walt Disney.
I think it will be. They'll be progressing to it, but I don't
Elon
think.
Musk better get skates on because I want to go to space before I can die. Before I will die.
How long are you signing up for?
What's one?
How long are you signing up?
Whatever the limit is, whatever you want.
Oh well, you're fucking great, aren't you?
Imagine about a podcast you could talk about me being.
We
in
won't
space.
have a podcast.
I won't have a podcast.
You'll have all
week,
your alien mates up there.
Yeah, and I'll send you a picture of the Earth is flat.
Fucking lies.
What's so done? Oh, that the aliens built the pyramids. That's another conspiracy theory.
She was telling me about this here. I was like, shut up.
So no, like I'm just telling you ones that I've read. It doesn't necessarily mean I believe them, but there's like a load of shite saying like they don't know how the pyramids could realistically be made because how much they weighed and how big they are and all the structure that would have to go into it. Like, basically.
I love the film The Prince of Egypt way too much to believe that.
No, I know. Yeah. They were saying like the amount of people it would actually take, but whatever. Like, you know, you'd have to lift them up. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were just saying how actually.
Yeah, but they had like, it wasn't like they were big blocks. Like, that was the whole point of having thousands of slaves, like, because they physically had to like pass them.
Yeah, but even at that, they're like humongous. Like,
I know, but that's why they're called slaves. Like,
yeah, but anyways, never mind. But there's a conspiracy that either aliens built them or that they were just, I don't know, something else about them as well.
So I said to Amy when she was telling me this, the aliens beamed down off their spaceship, built a few triangles in the ground.
Well, they could have built other things as well. We don't know.
But they wouldn't build them a spaceship and be like, look what we can teach us how to make. We're just going to make
there's no thing that these people were there.
Rock in the ground.
Yeah, but they're not their tombs. They're not just big rocks. There's tombs and they're in there.
But like, let's be real, it's fucking rock.
Well, it could have been someone. It could have been the alien.
Would you ever visit them? Would you ever go visit
Egypt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah, but just you can't be blonde.
What?
You can't be blonde.
Why?
Apparently, it's very bad to be blonde in Egypt.
I'm not really blonde.
Apparently, like, maybe this is a conspiracy theory, but I've personally heard like stories of people going to Egypt, and if you're blonde, they automatically just take a fascination with you. And I think it was my dad's friend, he went with his daughter and she was pure blonde, like she was young enough, like pure blonde, and one of the like tour guides or something came up to him and be like, you need to get her a scarf or something to cover her because they're gonna take fascination with her because she's blonde, like. And lo and behold, you want to see all the men just following this little kid around, like fascinated with her. Like, it was creepy. My dad said, like, my dad's friend was like, no, it was creepy. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
The tour guide was like, it was making even the tour guide uncomfortable. Like, so they had to get her like a scarf or something to tie it around her. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, but I've heard that a few times.
Yeah.
I think my ma's friend actually went as well, and they were like saying like, if you're blonde, please wear a scarf.
Yeah.
Just in where the touristy areas are.
That's mad.
Because apparently a lot of women get kidnapped.
Yeah. Sold for camels.
Yeah, fucking camel fields.
What are some other ones quickly?
No, that's just a story I heard. That does not mean I believe it or anything. So,
the other one that Walt Disney froze himself to come out in the future. You keep looking at me like I make these up and I believe these, and I'm out in the bleeding Queen's Park protest.
I didn't look at you. I rolled my eyes.
Yeah, and you went and looked right at me. These are things I've read and that are big conspiracies, and these things I've actually wrote all these down, made these up, and I'm out protesting them at Queen's Park.
I know I've heard them all before. I just don't believe them.
That's another one.
But if he is frozen, that's fucking deadly.
Oh yeah, because the movie wasn't that one that apparently there was a whole conspiracy that
it was to distract, but it's not really.
Yeah, it was. Do you know what
it doesn't even make sense.
Was? Do you know what it was? It was to distract people, because now if you search Disney Frozen, it's pages and pages of the movie, and before the movie came out, it used to be Walt Disney Frozen. That was actually the conspiracy.
People have so much time.
I know, like who comes up with that? Someone tried to search Walt Disney's Frozen, couldn't find them, was like, conspiracy theory, they did this
I
on
know.
purpose.
You know what the funny thing is? Imagine like, see all these like, these like dedicated conspiracy theory people, say when they die, are they just gonna be like, oh fuck, I was really wrong and I dedicated so much of my life
What,
to
are they
prove?
gonna meet Walt Disney up the gates and he's gonna laugh, say, who's frozen now?
Yeah, they're probably gonna be like, hey bitch, I'm here. You wasted all this time, motherfucker.
But
so, I mean,
the last one that I'll ask
met by all the slaves who actually built the fucking pyramids. Yeah, you saying
well, we
aliens?
don't have the same. Oh no, are Egyptians are Christian, aren't they? Are they?
No, they're.
So they don't have the same God, so
actually, hold on, Prince of Egypt. They are. Well, technically, the slaves can be a different religion to the like.
Oh, that's true. They came from all over the world, yeah.
So I think some slaves were like Jewish, and then like there was other slaves who'd be like, you know, like the pharaohs and all who believed in like they worship cats and they like gods.
Yeah.
I'm just going off the Prince of Egypt, like
the cartoon movie.
Because then Moses comes and he's like, I'm spreading the word of God. But Moses was the brother of the Pharaoh. So this made it a bit of a tomfuckery.
Yeah, this white religion's a hoax.
Listen, if you want an episode of me just talking about the Prince of Egypt, and it's a musical as well. There's a few songs in it that I love.
But the last one I'm gonna ask you right before we wrap this up, because I feel like this is long, because we cannot see the time. Do you think there's a cure for cancer and they're hiding it?
This one really upsets me. I hope that there isn't, it's like not wording this right. I hope that there's no cure for cancer that they're hiding. That's right, that they're hiding, because that is absolutely disgusting. Like there's not even a word for that. Like that's just profiting off the weak and sick. Like, do I believe it? Like I wouldn't be shocked by anything, but then again, like I don't know. It's one of those things where I need more facts. Like I need to hear both sides more.
I'm the same. Like obviously that's a big one, that people think there's a cure for cancer and that they're not releasing it because there's so much money in like in medicine and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. So like, would I be surprised if actually it was all over the news one day that there has been and it's been here? Probably not. Maybe a small part of being like, shit,
imagine
that was
how upsetting. Like, like how,
but
do you know what though? Right? The world would that turn into a war.
Yeah.
That would, like, think of all the people yearly that die.
I think it would go to, like, there, I can just imagine, like, the whole riots. Like, imagine it came out that, like, the whole world, basically, and it was the whole new world order, like, no, I know we're getting like, very into the fancy here.
There's
but, like,
gonna be, like, it's a matter of time before there will be an outbreak of something, right? Another outbreak, because outbreaks happen, like, all the time. There'll be another outbreak and they'll blame the vaccine.
Yeah.
I put money. They injected us with this virus. If it means I can go into the cinema and sit there peacefully and eat a book of popcorn.
Well, I'm gonna do it. But one thing, right, with the whole, obviously I don't know a lot about medicine. I'm not a pharmacist or whatever. But I feel like
oh my god, I'm so lucky I didn't take a sup there because I would have spit that out actually. By accident,
I don't like it when you spit at me. We're getting like loopy now. But I feel like there's not 100% cure for Anne. Realistically, is there? You can take medicine and it might, after a few years, like even if you get a headache, you can take like how many painkillers are there out there? You could take them and still have a pain in your head or still have a sore leg. Nothing, like there's nothing that fixes a broken bone. So what I think is there stuff there, like when you have like chemo or you have whatever they're given to people, like morphine to relieve pain, there's definitely stuff like that, but nothing. I don't think there's actually anything out there really that 100% wipes away an illness. Your body fights things off. Like, you know, if you have a flu, they can give you an antibiotic, but like it's just kind of to help you get through it, and your body naturally fights it off.
Yeah, I think antibiotics, so I think because you're already sick, it's like something is so strong that your body is, obviously it's foreign, like it's attacking your immune system, that your body can't fight it off. So I think the antibiotics, whatever is in antibiotics, chemicals, they like boost your your metabolism, boost your immune system, so your body's able to fight off. So it's almost like boosting your immune system, which I think chemo is the opposite. I think chemo breaks, I could be wrong.
Yeah, it breaks it down to try weaken that. I think it breaks it down, like breaks your immune system and breaks. We
should really get a doctor on the podcast and break everything down for us.
Like in a sense, because it tries to weaken the cancer, but it has to weaken you in that sense as well.
Yeah, so you can build yourself back up. Like
so I'd like to think that there is a cure and we're gonna have it someday, but nobody's hiding it.
Like there is cures to certain cancers.
Yeah, that's true.
But time is of the essence for every cancer, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and like
like this plays on my mind constantly. Like I am a germaphobe. I hate being sick. I hate thinking I'm getting sick. It freaks me out. My anxiety hits the roof. Like not like earlier on. Remember I was telling you I was getting really weird, like a lightheaded spells earlier, and I was still kind of getting them all day. And I was like, oh my, am I coming down with something? And then I was like sitting there, and I just feel mad lightheaded. Yeah. You know, it's almost if you stand up too quick.
Yeah, I get that.
But
yeah.
I'd be standing in the same spot and haven't moved, like when I was doing makeup in the bathroom.
Happened. Yeah.
So I was like, and I was like, am I coming down with something? And I was like, no, I can't even think about that because I'll freak myself out. And then I'm thinking, is it in my head? Like, am I overthinking it that it's in my head?
Like that, like when you
is that a conspiracy?
Yeah.
But I think we're actually going to wrap up because this episode again is too long.
Well, we always do an hour. It's just around the average now. It's around an hour because we like to waffle in it.
It's so fun to edit long videos because they take
at least you don't have to quiet now.
Fucking hours to export.
Well, yeah, that's
that's the bane of my life. I don't mind editing videos. It's exporting them.
Yeah,
like literally the half an hour one. I think I done. It probably hasn't come out yet, but it was coming up 2.5 hours. I was like, the video's not even half an hour.
Jesus. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this little conspiracy episode. Let us know if you're watching on YouTube. Comment some down below if you believe any ones that we didn't even mention or
Welcome
whatever.
to Spooktober.
Yeah. Hope you are excited for the other podcasts to come up that are like on different topics and segments and whatever. But if you're watching on YouTube, as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the belly thing. If you're listening on audio, whether it's Apple or Spotify, please follow, leave a review.
Rubbing me belly thing, you.
What? What? Did you say I didn't say it?
I said robbing me belly thing.
I was just trying to get it out because we wanted to end. And follow us on Instagram at the Weird Girls Club.
Oh, and comment if you like these type of like conspiracy videos as well, and let us know, or let us actually comment below, or even send us a message if you have a different conspiracy we haven't mentioned that's probably so popular
wow, conspiracy Neve has no ears.
No, I was too busy thinking. She just said belly thing.
Yeah, I said comment down below if you have any more. But yeah, like if you want us to talk about a certain conspiracy theory or topic, even reach out on Instagram at Weird Girls Club. Give us a message. Any other suggestions, let us know. We could even do like a whole episode on one if we like.
Yeah,
there's so many different things
because there is popular ones that we literally like could not take, like because I think
there's so many, and then there's like you don't want to repeat the one, like obviously we said at the end there, like flat earth stuff like that. You don't want to delve into that one.
Yeah,
people know, but people think that.
Just to note again, I know we've already said it, we do not believe, or these are not our words, like these are just, we literally got them off the internet, we read through them and we said we'll just chat about them. Like, they're not our words, just I'll probably have like a quick little terms and conditions disclaimer. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. And hope you enjoy. Talk to you soon. Bye.